Whenever there is talk of countering China, the Quad gets the undivided attention of the world. The United States, Japan, Australia and India, together they are seen as the ultimate counterweight to China's aggression. So when the Quad foreign ministers met last month, expectations were high. The meeting failed to produce tangible solutions, but that might be beginning to change. Quad partners are strengthening their union, striking agreements and conducting drills, all in an effort to tackle the dragon. Australia and Japan are deepening their defense ties, and Quad navies are participating in the Malabar Navy exercise. On Gravitas tonight, we will tell you how the Quad's response to China's belligerence is shaping up. First, let's bring you up to speed with what Australia and Japan are up to. The two countries have agreed in principle to a defense pact, one that would strengthen the Australia-Japan military alliance and, by extension, the Quad. It is called the Reciprocal Access Agreement. It will allow the defense forces of Australia and Japan to train in each other's territory. Under a legal framework, this agreement will pave the way for joint military operations as well. The two sides have agreed to this deal in principle. The agreement will now have to be approved by Japan's parliament. The Japanese Prime Minister Yoshihide Suga is confident. While addressing the media, he said the two sides remain committed to a free and open Indo-Pacific.
Further reinforcement of bilateral cooperation in the areas of security, defense cooperation, economy and others are enshrined in this statement, and indeed I wish to strengthen Japan-Australia collaboration even further. I would like to affirm that Japan and Australia will strengthen cooperations in order to realize a free and open Indo-Pacific.
It seems like there was a sense of urgency from both sides to finalize this agreement. The last time Japan signed a deal like this was way back in 1960 with the United States. Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison undertook a lightning visit to Tokyo for this deal. We haven't seen the world leader travel much during this pandemic. This only shows the importance that Australia has attached to this agreement. Now, in case you are wondering where the Quad fits in all this, these deals are a way for Quad allies to expand interoperability, the coordination between their troops. Scott Morrison spoke briefly about this in Tokyo. He explained how Australia wants to move forward with its Quad allies and how they are working with India.
We expect to increase our regional cooperation in many forms, and the Malabar exercise have been conducted together with the United States and together with India, and we would expect to further expand our cooperation in those areas. That's the whole point of streamlining the arrangements with a status of forces agreement of this nature.
And so the pieces are coming together. Before this year, the Quad was an informal alliance. Now it has a distinct military dimension, something that makes China very uncomfortable. It is no secret that Beijing is uneasy about the Quad developing a military aspect. So when the agreement was announced, Beijing moved swiftly to criticize it, slamming Morrison and Suga for their criticism of China. This is over a joint statement issued by the two leaders where they had expressed serious concerns about the situation in South and East China Seas and opposed China's moves to militarize disputed islands. Here is how Beijing responded to those words.
China is strongly dissatisfied and opposed to the unwarranted accusations against China in the statement issued following the leaders' meeting that grossly interfered in China's internal affairs. The countries concerned should have a clear understanding of the situation and stop the wrongdoings that undermine China's sovereignty and interests and interfere in China's internal affairs.
That was Zhao Lijian, famously known as China's wolf warrior-in-chief. He clearly is not happy about the statement by Morrison and Suga. There is another reason why China is unhappy with the Quad, the Malabar exercise.